Yes, my lip is busted, okay? I know. Don't ask any questions. Kamaru Usman versus Colby Covington will headline the show of The Ultimate Fighter, and here's how I know why. This has been leading up for a very long time, and I want to bring you a few bits of information of why I've made this decision, okay? Because I feel like Dana White and Usman have had a plan, okay? They've had a plan of what they want to do with him and Colby, and Colby didn't get that memo. So Colby's talking like, yeah, MSG, let's do it there, MSG, UFC 244, let's make it happen, MSG, like, and he didn't get the plan. But then I think after all of the interviews, and I want to take it before that as well, because when you got, I'm not saying Usman's ducking Colby, okay? I'm not. I know a lot of people are saying that. I don't think that's the case. I feel like Usman knew an agreement with Dana that he wasn't allowed to reveal yet about The Ultimate Fighter, and that he was going to be headlining it with Colby. And I don't think Colby knew. Because Colby, in the ESPN post-fight interview, where they're there with Karen Bryant and Rashad Evans, Colby keeps saying, let's fight, me and you, Madison Square Garden, 244. And Usman, literally, one by one, rattled off every answer that wasn't, yes, I'll fight you at UFC 244. If you rewatch that interview, he never says that he will fight. He never says the words UFC 244. He never says the words Madison Square Garden. He never says he will fight Colby at Madison Square Garden at UFC 244. And there's a reason for this. Okay? Colby just gave Usman a date. That's what Usman wants. He wants a date. Yeah, I'll fight you at Madison Square Garden. He was so careful about saying that. And it makes me think, I know Usman's not a coward. And a lot of people are saying he's ducking Colby. I don't think he's ducking Colby. And I think Colby's been alerted to this as well, because recently, on Ariel Helwani's show, Colby Covington's come out and gone, you know, if it happens at MSG, then it can, and, you know, if it happens in December, then at 245, we can do it there as well. That 1 day period of change, that took 1 day. And you know what that means? It took one conversation with Dana to change Colby's mindset. You're talking less than 24 hours ago, Colby was dead set that he was going to be fighting Kamaru Usman at UFC 244 at Madison Square Garden, and the very next day, on Ariel Helwani's MMA show, he's on there saying, you know what, December sounds fine. Why would he do that? Dana White, another instrument to why I've made this prediction, has come out recently and spoken about The Ultimate Fighter more than ever before in 2019. Okay? There was a headline recently that went up on some of the forums saying, Dana White mentions The Ultimate Fighter, saying it's still the best proving ground for young fighters to make their way into the UFC. Dana White talks about Ultimate Fighter in his Dana White Contender Series interview. Okay? It makes so much sense. I'm telling you right now. For the longest time, I've been against The Ultimate Fighter. Okay? I've been against The Ultimate Fighter, and I feel like it's such a dying show, and it took Gastelum versus Whittaker, because I feel like with Ultimate Fighter nowadays, there needs to be a beef. There needs to be, because that's what creates all of the interest around the entire fight. There needs to be that beef. There needs to be that drama, and Gastelum versus Whittaker. I almost laughed saying it. Gastelum versus Whittaker did not create that drama. It did not create that interest. And I thought for sure after that show was going to be dead. As soon as they showed Whittaker vs. Gastelum, I thought for sure the Ultimate Fighter's over. We're never going to see it again. Dana White didn't even mention it that much. He said he still wants to do it, but it was like he didn't want to mention that he was going to do a next one or anything like that. It was like, oh, this show's definitely dead. Now you've got Colby and Usman. Let me bring it back. Usman was on the Ultimate Fighter when what? When it was Black Zillions versus ATT. Colby is the head... Whether official or not, right now, he's the team captain of ATT. He's the representative of ATT in the UFC. Yes, there's Masvidal and Romero and guys like that, but right now, if you're talking the best guy at ATT in their own weight division, it's Colby Covington. He's the team captain. Okay? So you got ATT versus Black Zillions, and I'm telling you, a lot of guys from Black Zillions made the move to Henry Hooft's gym, Hard Knocks 365, and now you've got Black Zillions versus ATT all over again. The beef never stops. after the head of Black Zillions died. May he rest in peace. We got a Usman, a representative of the Black Zillions, under a new name of Hard Knocks 365. We've come full circle. And now we've got Usman versus Colby headlining the show. And I would watch the fuck out of that. I've been saying for a long time. I would never watch an Ultimate Fighter again. If they came out to me and said, hey, Wei Lai Zhang and Jessica Andrade are going to be headlining the Ultimate Fighter, I'd say, fuck you. Don't you dare disgrace the sport like that, expecting us to watch such shit like that. How dare you even suggest such a thing? When they say Colby and Usman, and I'm calling this now, there's a reason why it was so clear that 244 was going to be a date. Usman and Colby are both injured. Colby's got the eyelid that he needs to get fixed. Usman, he's not injured anymore, but he could take some more time to rehabilitate himself and use some rehab on his injuries and stuff and get himself sorted out just that little bit more, I'm sure. Listen, if you're an injured fighter and you're coming back off injuries, any time off more that you can get, if someone says, hey, we'll give you an extra month, you're going to be like, oh, thank God. You know what I'm saying? Because you're never going to be 100% that quickly if he did have injuries that were as severe as they sounded. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is going to headline the Ultimate Fighter, and I can't imagine. I would watch the entire thing. As much as people are going to shit on it, I would watch the entire thing. It would be the best Ultimate Fighter other than McGregor-Faber. Like, this would be non-stop shit talk, non-stop hype, non-stop altercations and drama, non-stop constant work. Colby could bring Jorge Masvidal in. They could use this fight at 255 to... My lip is fucking me up right now. Sorry, guys. They could use this fight at 245 to also build up Masvidal and Leon Edwards. They could bring in Masvidal as a you know how they bring in like a guest coach? You know what I'm saying? Are you saying if there was a bunch of people on Colby's team, bunch of students, and he brought in Masvidal as also assistant coach to the show like they always do? They always bring in a coach, another name from their camp. And Colby brought in Jorge Masvidal. That would be sick. They could advertise the Masvidal-Leon Edwards fights there. Masvidal would get paid more because it would be like more advertised to people. I'm sure that's what he wants. And you got yourself a show. You got yourself a show. I can't wait. I cannot wait. That'd be great. And I'm calling it right now. Normally I predict fights. This time I'm predicting something a little bit more. And if I'm right on this, I was the first one to say it. Like and subscribe. Click that button there. There. See you later.